All right, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2015 Chance Elementary D.A.R.E graduation. I want to start off by thanking the City of Miamisburg, the Miamisburg City Schools, and the Miamisburg Police Department for their support of the D.A.R.E program, because without it, today wouldn't be possible. I'd also like to thank all the parents and relatives who have joined us today. I really had a great time working with your kids this year, and you should be very proud of them, because I am. I'd also like to thank the fourth grade students who have joined us today. I look forward to seeing all you guys next year in D.A.R.E classes. Just briefly talk about some of the things we discussed in D.A.R.E class this year. We talked about the dangers of alcohol and tobacco. We talked about making good decisions and how to resist peer pressure. We talked about bullying, and we talked about how to be safe with over-the-counter and prescription drugs. It was a 10-week class. Everyone you see seated here completed a workbook with homework. They also all wrote a D.A.R.E report and presented that to their classmate. So they did a great job this year. I'd like to introduce our guests today who have joined us to congratulate you on your accomplishment. We have from the City of Miamisburg, the Mayor, Dick Church. Also from the City of Miamisburg, we have Council Member Charlie Case. From the Miamisburg Municipal Court, we have Judge Robert Reddick. From the Miamisburg City Schools, we have your Superintendent, Dr. David Vale. From the Miamisburg Police Department, we have Sergeant Bill Kelly. And of course, your principal, Mr. Guy. Some of our guests would like to say a few words to you, so we'll begin with Mayor Church.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are you ready for summer vacation? You know, for 21 years, we've been doing this D.A.R.E program here in the Miamisburg City School District. And I say it every year, and I really mean it with all my heart. I think it's one of the best cooperative programs that we have going between the City of Miamisburg and the Miamisburg Board of Education. And I hope that you will remember everything that Officer Doug has taught you. You know, sometimes we do stupid things as adults. We spend a lot of time and money teaching you the evils of smoking, drinking, and drugs. And then you read in the paper where there may be an initiative on the ballot that's going to legalize a drug, marijuana. That may or may not be on the ballot in the fall. I personally hope it doesn't. You have enough obstacles in your life. You don't need another one. And it kind of, in my opinion, tells a mixed story. We're telling you on the one hand drugs are bad, and then we're putting it on the ballot whether to make it legal or not. So let's hope that doesn't happen and you don't have to live with that. But anyway, we wanted to be here to congratulate you. A lot of people are here to support you. On the camera back here is Joe McKenzie. Joe is with the Miami Valley Communications Council. You're going to be able to watch us on the Time Warner Channel 5 numerous times between now and the next Jane Chance D.A.R.E graduation. One thing I do want to leave you with, and you probably heard this from Officer Doug, and I'm sure you're going to hear it again from some of the other speakers. Sometime in your life, maybe tomorrow, might be today, or it might be several years from now, you are going to be challenged. You're going to have a friend or someone try to get you to do something that you know in your heart is wrong. And I just hope when that happens, first of all, you stand up and you say, I'm not doing that. But remember what you've learned in the D.A.R.E program. And I guarantee you, if you remember the lessons of D.A.R.E, you're going to have a great rest of your life. Have a nice summer vacation.
Next, we have Judge Reddick.
I have to echo what the mayor said. There's going to come a time when it probably won't be under these fluorescent lights in the broad light of day. It'll probably be some night, maybe in a basement or a car, where somebody's going to try to get you to do something that in your heart of hearts you know is wrong. And I want you to use it's so nice to see so many parents here. What your parents have taught you, what you've learned in D.A.R.E, I need you to say no. And more than that, I need you to look around you, and maybe one of your friends may be somebody that's gotten off on the wrong path, doing something that maybe you know is inappropriate. Be a good friend to them and urge them to maybe set that aside and put it away and stop doing it, whatever it is. Right now, heroin has become epidemic in the Miami Valley. More than that, just about across the nation. We had 14 heroin deaths over the Memorial Day weekend. They call that heroin toe tag. I question the sanity of anyone that would inject something called toe tag into their body. Now, heroin's deaths and its disease has gotten so rampant that it's touched a whole lot of lives. It may have touched one of yours, but I'm urging you, don't do drugs. It's just dumb. I understand about bullying. I understand about the tobacco. I understand about a lot of the decision-making model that you've learned in D.A.R.E. But drugs are just so devastating. You just can't come back from it. So try to use what you've learned from Officer Doug and from your parents, and try not to do drugs. Again, I appreciate your letting me have this time to talk to you. Next year, you're going to be, the 5th grade is going to be in middle school. You're going to be treated more like adults, and some of your childhood you're going to put behind you. As you grow up, try to use all the things you've learned. And good luck and have a great summer.
Next, we have Dr. Vale.
It certainly is an honor for me to be here to represent the Miamisburg City Schools. On behalf of the Board of Education, the rest of the administration and staff, we certainly congratulate you on completing this program and on your graduation from D.A.R.E. You know, you've had a lot of teachers in your lives. Your first set of teachers are sitting behind you there, your parents, your grandparents, your guardians, and some of your older brothers and sisters, and they were great teachers for you. Then you came to school, and you've had great teachers here at Jane Chance and other buildings you may or may not have been at. They taught you the things that they were expert in: math, science, social studies, English, PE. And then we have another wonderful teacher on our staff. We consider one of our teammates, the Miamisburg City School family, is Officer Sherritt. And he's done a great job in educating you on all those dangers of the things that they spoke about: drugs, alcohol, tobacco, and bullying. What we want you to do is remember, as you go on, everything that they've taught you, for the decision-making skills that you have, for the choices you make. The speakers have talked about peer pressure. They've talked about support. You know, when you have something that's going on, we've always urged you to go to a teacher, go to a parent, go to an adult, someone you can trust. But you also have another support group now. You've got each other, and you've gone through the program. So when you get faced with the challenges that Mayor Church talked about, you know, go to a friend and say, listen, this is what happened to me. And you've got that support, and someone will say, hey, listen, you made the right choice. So continue to do that, and as you move on to middle school, high school, and onto your life beyond, you'll have a great, great background to be a very successful person. So we congratulate you, wish you the best of luck in middle school and beyond, and have a great summer. Thank you.
And Sergeant Kelly.
Thanks, everybody. First, let's give Officer Sherritt a round of applause for a good job he's done this year. Just real quick, I'll echo what Mayor Church and Judge Reddick has said. We want you to make good decisions as you grow up. Think about the things Officer Sherritt has taught you. And then as we go through summer, which you guys know we just extended school 2 weeks, right? No? Okay. I'm just kidding. School's over Wednesday. As you go through summer, wave to us. We want to see you out playing. We want you to have a safe summer. We want you to enjoy the nice weather. Wave to us. If you got a question, come talk to us. We're always there to help. And on behalf of the chief and the captain and all the Miamisburg Police Department, we're all very proud of you. Good job and enjoy your summer.
As I mentioned earlier, the last thing the students have to do in D.A.R.E class is write a report and get up in front of their classmates and present it. Everyone you see here in a D.A.R.E shirt has done that and completed that task. And we selected a few to share their reports with you today. And we're going to begin with Seth Elking.
The world is full of horrible things, including drugs, alcohol, and bullying. Luckily, we have D.A.R.E. D.A.R.E teaches fifth graders like me to make wise choices in my life. This year in D.A.R.E, I learned many things, but I have a few favorites. First of all, I learned the 5 W's of reporting. The 5 W's are who, what, where, when, and why. And if I use these steps for reporting, I will be sure to report things like bullying safely. I also learned how to confidently communicate. To do this, I need a strong, clear voice and look in the person's eyes. Finally, the main thing my class focused on was the D.A.R.E decision-making model, which stands for define, assess, respond, and evaluate. Following these steps, when I make a tough decision, I will be sure to make the right choice. The D.A.R.E decision-making model has already helped me make beneficial choices in my life. For example, D.A.R.E has helped me decide whether to play video games or do homework. It has also helped me make more important decisions like to not lie or decide to report someone after they make an unwise choice. In the future, I hope to use the decision model on more important things. Thankfully, I've never been asked if I wanted anything like a drug, but if I am, I know I will make the right choice with the decision model. I also believe I will not join bullying, even if they are the popular kids. Rather, I will become an upstander. From bullying to drugs, I am sure that D.A.R.E has changed my life and has taught me to make positive choices.
Next, we have Ava Nip.
Hey, you want to smoke? No. Come on, it won't kill you. Yes, it will, and let's play soccer. Okay. If someone asked you to smoke, what would you say or do? I would think of D.A.R.E and how it would help me. In D.A.R.E, I learned how certain things can affect our body. One thing I learned was how alcohol can kill over 75,000 Americans a year, while tobacco can kill over 400,000 Americans a year. Something else I learned was how to handle risky situations and bullies. Some bullies will use peer pressure to their advantage and force others to do something so the bully won't get in trouble for it. There are many ways to deal with bullies, like the D.A.R.E decision-making model, or DDMM. These are ways that I should have used the DDMM. Anytime my sister will pick on me or my brother, those are times in my house I should use them. But there are times outside too. Like one time, this boy at soccer kept shoving a boy into another boy who pushed me. I did get a bit aggravated, but thought a little bit about the DDMM and decided to ignore them the best I could. In D.A.R.E, I vow never to do things that will harm me or get me into trouble. If someone asked me to smoke, I would say no and then walk away. Or, this can throw people into jail. If someone asked me to sell drugs, I would confidently say, do I look like the person or the kind of person to go to jail? Then walk off. Finally, I would never do this, but I will never drink, drive, or text, or any other possible way to kill me while driving. Those are promises that other people should start making. My uncle used to smoke and told me not to, but he stopped smoking when he had kids. If he knew about D.A.R.E, or if he could start over and pay attention, then possibly he would have never started, and that's why I never will start. All because I don't want to be in the situation where I have to stop something I started.
Next, we have Aiden Talent.
Do you know what the 5 W's are? They're who, what, why, when, and where. You use them for safely reporting. In D.A.R.E, we learned a lot. We learned about drugs and alcohol and why we shouldn't use them. We also learned how to deal with stress or strain, what the DDMM is. The DDMM is the D.A.R.E decision-making model. You define the problem, then assess your options. After that, you respond and evaluate. I used it for if I wanted to help someone or not. Though I may have used the DDMM before, I want to use it more, like if I should do something illegal or not. Although I wouldn't do drugs, I won't do drugs, because they can hurt you like you're starving, and that hurts. That is why I, Aiden Talent, pledge to never use drugs.
Next, we have Kiara Lau.
D.A.R.E is a great way for students to learn about positive choices, fixing sticky situations, and avoiding drugs, smoking, and alcohol. From my days of D.A.R.E, I learned a lot of important tips. One important tip is breaking down a problem and figuring out how to solve it. That works for not just drugs, but friendship problems too. A seventh tip I learned is easy ways to say no in alcohol, drug, or smoking situations. The third tip is that I learned how to be an upstander and report bullying problems. The D.A.R.E decision-making model, or DDMM, can help me solve many different kinds of problems I bump into. There are 4 important steps to DDMM: define, assess, respond, and evaluate. One time my sister took my hair tie. I thought, should I yell at her or ask nicely? Since I chose nicely, she gave it back. Another time, my mom was making a dinner I didn't like. And I thought, should I demand her to make something I like or make a meal myself? I chose to create my own meal. I will use the D.A.R.E tips forever. They never go bad. I can use the DDMM for real-world situations. If I see a friend getting bullied, I will report it. I will always avoid drugs, smoking, and alcohol. I will help others, avoid bad things that could harm my body, and avoid bad things that could start a fight. I will put these good tips to good use throughout my life.
Next, we have Jocelyn Bailey.
Did you know that there are over 75,000 alcohol-related deaths each year in the U.S.? Well, I learned a lot from D.A.R.E, and I want to share it with you. One of the things I learned from D.A.R.E is that there is 200 chemicals in cigarette smoke. The effect from this is over 400 Americans die from tobacco-related deaths. Next, I learned different resistance strategies. For example, avoiding the situation, strength in numbers, and walking away. In my opinion, the best lesson I learned in D.A.R.E is making safe and responsible choices. The D.A.R.E decision-making model is a tool to help you evaluate your decisions and help you make the right ones. The D, which stands for define, helps you know what you're dealing with. Following the D comes the A, which stands for assess. Assess helps you list out your possible choices and make you as wise as Athena. The R stands for respond and chooses your best choice. Finally, the E stands for evaluate. Evaluating reviews your decision and asks, did you make the right choice? Using this process helps you break apart the situation so you can see it more clearly. In the future, I will make sure I use the tools and options D.A.R.E gave me. An example of that is using the 5 W's, which stands for who, what, when, where, and why. By using the 5 W's, I will make sure if somebody is being bullied, I will report or stand up for them. Also, think about my actions before I do them. I, Jocelyn Bailey, promise not to drink alcohol until I am the age of 21.
And Josh Thompson.
Did you know that D.A.R.E is not only about drugs? In this essay, you will find out what I have learned in D.A.R.E. Here are some things that I learned during D.A.R.E. I learned how drugs can harm you. I also learned how to handle problems better. Another thing I learned was better ways to communicate. One of the important things I learned from D.A.R.E. was the D.A.R.E decision-making model. DDMM stands for D, define what is the problem, A, assess what are your choices, R, respond and make a choice, E, evaluate did you make a good choice. One time I wished I had used DDMM is when my RC boat stuck in a pond. I would have used DDMM to calm down and use common sense to get the boat back. I never did get the boat back. Another time I wish I had used DDMM is when I was walking across a log over a creek. If I had used DDMM, I probably would not have done it, but I did. I fell in, but guess what was over the water? Thorn bushes. I fell in the thorn bushes, and the thorns got stuck in my shorts. I wish I had known about DDMM in these situations. I will use D.A.R.E in the future to be a better person. I will use DDMM. I will not take drugs. For example, if I am at a party and there are people taking drugs, I will use DDMM to figure out if I should stay or leave. I will also not bully others. I have learned a lot in D.A.R.E. I would recommend the program to anyone.
All the students did a great job on the reports, and those 6 are just a perfect example of that. The last group of people I'd like to thank are the ones that make my job as a D.A.R.E officer very easy, and that's the staff here at Chance. And that begins with your principal, Mr. Geyer. And your 5th grade teachers, Mrs. Gormley. Mrs. Watercutter. And Mrs. Hairston. And now it's time for the students to receive their certificates, and we'll begin with Mrs. Gormley's class.
Okay, just to reiterate what everybody else has said, I'm extremely proud of how well these students worked, how hard they worked, and the amazing questions they came up with during D.A.R.E class. So congratulations to my students and to all of the 5th grade. First up is Jasmine Ayers Romero. Jocelyn Bailey. Oh, if we could hold our applause to the end, that would be Jocelyn Bailey. Cassidy Carr. Carmen Coffey. Miley Dodd. Jack Eggers. Izzy Fields. Blake Halsall. Ray Hawkins. Prit Paul Hare. Jashayla Jennings. Mason Lucas. Julian McCrae. Alyssa Almos. Kaylee Parker. Dylan Robinson. Malin Sambe. Caitlin Smith. David Swanson. Aiden Tallett. Darius Williams. And I have 2 students who are absent today, Senate Makaroff and Medina Zamanova. So congratulations to Mrs. Gormley's class. Sorry. And for Miss Prickett's class, Ahmed.
Come on.
And Hunter Wills. Thank you.
Have a good summer.
And now we'll do Mrs. Watercoder's class.
Thank you. The first student in my class to present their Certificate of Achievement is Madison Albrecht. Emily Brickner. Robert Burke. Aaron Dobbins. Seth Elking. Jagger Evans. J.D. Gillum. Ben Haas. Nick Hood. Anya Hubers. Alex Knapp. Ava Nip. Ariana McLean. Mackenzie Miller. Lissy Neff. David Knoll. Damian Powell. Julie Reinhardt. Tori Slavinsky. Chase Sparks. Sienna Thompson. Drew Wood. And LaRon Zachary.
And Mrs. Harrison's class.
My first certificate of achievement goes to Chris Albuede, Lily Balsamo, Brennan Bell, Kendall Brown, Taylor Brugan, Anthony Crespo, Apurv Dongri, Trenton Gonzalez, Emma Hartley, Cassidy Kelly, Nova Knight, Kiera Lau, Bernice Marin, Jerica Marvin, Peyton McKinney, Kyle Wen, Aiden Savely, Angelina Service, Josh Thompson, Mirinda White, Riley Woodard, and I also had 2 students absent, Paige Paxton and Critic Tella.
The last thing we'll do as part of our D.A.R.E graduation is I have a short little video to show you from classes here at Chance. Have a great summer, and I hope to see you all again next year. Thank you.